ClaySpencer, and like I said, this poem's called "This Poem Isn't Good Enough." It's written for and dedicated to my girlfriend Madeline, who is currently 5,000 miles away in Sweden, but she'll be here in 2 weeks, so. This is the poem that isn't quite good enough, and unfortunately, it's for you. And when I tell you it isn't good enough, just believe me, it's the truth. It's the kind of poem that looks and sounds quite dandy and fine, every line's in its place and ends with the appropriate rhyme, but if you add it all together and take the sum of its parts, it doesn't amount to the least to you, let alone capture your heart. I could steal the prose of Shakespeare, copy and paste it here, but if I put you next to it, it'd come across as clumsy and simple, to both the eye and ear. I've slaved away for many an hour, torn, shredded hundreds of pages, thrown away too many half-finished poems, and ignored the words of all our sages, because everything that I write falls short when put up next to your smile, and all those wise men and women never met my angels, so their advice isn't worth my while. So instead of continuing to bang my forehead against this desk, I'm putting down this pen. I'm going to take a second and rest. All this frustration of this poem isn't what's really the matter, because between this piece and myself, the problem lies with the latter. So let me start over. This is the guy who isn't quite good enough, and unfortunately, he's in love with you. And when I tell you he isn't good enough, believe me, because it's the truth. Because I can explain away anything except just how madly I'm in love, and I'm a steadfast agnostic, half convinced that you're an ironic blessing from that weird guy above. I can't see a single thing that you say you can see in me, and vice versa. I wonder how those stunning gray eyes can't look in the mirror and see the girl who looks like she stepped straight from the cover of one of the airbrushed magazines of today, and who's partially to blame for my asthma issues today, because I lose my breath every time she sings. But you know what? I realized a couple lines ago, I misspoke, because I said you were a blessing for me. Here, let me fix that quote. I think I was sent to you by that same weird guy sitting up there in the sky as a way to keep you from spreading those beautiful wings and trying to fly. I'm the weapon of choice of karma. You get to be all of this, so you have to fall in love with a mess. A source of perpetual vexation. Someone leaps away from being anything close to anything near the best. So I'm going to go ahead and say sorry now, for all the sorries I'm going to say later, and ask you to ignore the teary splashes on this fragile heart of paper. Thank you very much.